Morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time it happens to be when you're watching this. I hope your day is going well or had gone well, and whichever. I hope you're sleeping well. I hope you're staying hydrated. I hope you're getting plenty to eat or enough to eat. You don't want to get too much. I've said that before. It is 6:30 a.m. as I am live streaming this on April 6th, 2021. For the most part, every year on birthdays, according to IMDb, the top 100 doesn't change too often. Sometimes somebody will come out of left field and be popular uh, or more popular than previous years, but you know, uh, big names are always still, and that's not entirely true because as the years go by, more and more people will be looking at newer people. Like today, April 6th, the late Merle Haggard's birthday. Uh, Ivan Dixon, the late Ivan Dixon. Don't know who he is? Well, he was on Hogan's Heroes. He was Kinch. Uh, Radio operator on the show. Merle Haggard. Names you probably don't know. Most people don't know actors' names, uh, particularly like Phil Leeds. You might not know him, but if you saw a picture of him, you'd be like, "Oh, that guy. Okay." He appeared on a couple episodes of Night Court. I want to say he was one of the two aliens. Spoiler alert if you didn't watch the final episode of Night Court. Technically, the final episode, the last actual on-air Night Court episode. I believe on 30 Rock they brought it back to and did a little episode, but that was more for them, or for I don't know. But Phil Leeds, he was Judge Happy Doyle. Boyle, give me a second. Judge Dennis Happy Boyle on Ally McBeal, 1997-1998, and Uncle Mel on Everybody Loves Raymond TV series. One of those character actors where it's like usually background, and it's like, huh, okay. Some people, they have a face where it's like not necessarily the main star because, well, here are excuse me. I'm dreading this coming week. I pretty much had the place to myself. It's been nice. Quiet. I vacuumed. Doesn't need vacuuming. Yeah, trust me. If you ever live with someone, after a while, you will get on each other's nerves. Yeah, let's go with today's birthdays. Well, no, let's go with yesterday's birthdays. April 5th birthdays for Roger Corman. You may not know the name, and if you don't, I'm sorry to hear that. He did a lot of low-budget movies. Still does. But they're decent for what they are. Diamond Page. No, Dallas Page. DDP. His birthday was yesterday, April 5th. Max Gale. Oh, Roger Corman was born in Detroit, Michigan. Max Gale was born in Detroit, Michigan. I want to say there was another person yesterday that was born in Detroit, Michigan. I'll come to it if I can't remember. Haley Atwell, Gary Hirschberger, Name may not sound familiar. If you ever saw the movie Sneakers, Robert Redford, Sidney Poitier, River Phoenix, Dan Aykroyd. The younger version of Robert Redford's character was played by Gary Hirschberg. He's done other things. It's just that's one I remember. One I want to say he was in uh, Free Ride, my favorite movie, 1986. Um, Babette Props. Her real name isn't Babette, but uh, she goes by something else actually now, I think. But anyway, Sterling K. Brown. Michael Moriarty. That's who it was. Michael Moriarty was born in Detroit. Sterling K. Brown. He looked familiar. I recognized the show or movie he was in, and I was like, oh, yeah. Roger Davis. Mitch Pileggi. 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 Jane Asher. Christopher Reed, who was Kid and Play. Carlos Carrasco. I hope I pronounced his name correctly. Ashley Flair. Pharrell Williams. Agnetha Faltskog. She was the blonde in ABBA. I hope I pronounced her name right. Agnetha and Faltskog. I hope I pronounced that correctly. Lance Robertson. He was on Yo Gabba Gabba. Michael Ryder. Greg Fitzsimmons. And to the late Betty Davis. She's got Betty Davis eyes. Gregory Peck. Spencer Tracy. Walter Houston. Lana Clarkson, who was Mrs. Vargas in the movie Fast Times at Ridgemont High, 1982. She passed away at a young age, and that's kind of sad. I mean, it really is sad. It's just, I believe it was a young age. I looked it up yesterday. I don't remember. Nigel Hawthorne, Frank Gorshin, the Riddler on Batman's on Batman, starring Adam West, Burt Warren. He did other things too, and Mark Hamill, who does I believe, the voice of the Riddler, in one of the incarnations of Batman, had given Frank Gorshin, he does that. He does it in honor of Frank Gorshin. It's one of those where he tries to do it the best. Gail Storm, TV show Batman, Superman, I believe. I can't remember. Michael V. Gazzo, who was in The Godfather, Part 2, I think. Grady Sutton. Christopher Hewitt, who was Mr. Belvedere on the TV show, Mr. Belvedere. David Winters, who was A-Rab in West Side Story, 1961. He had done other things, but I'm going to screw up his name, and I apologize. Chow Lee Chi, who was Uncle Chu in Big Trouble in Little China, 1986. He had done other things. That's just one that you might recognize. Oh, that's him. Okay. Producer Albert R. Cubby nickname, Broccoli, and Bill Raisch, Braisch. Name might not sound familiar, but if you ever watched the TV series starring David Janssen, The Fugitive, he was the one-armed man. He was an actor, did other things. You figure it wasn't It wasn't like the movie with Harrison Ford where they took George Kosopoulos. I can't remember, but I want to say they had him with his arm in his shirt, and they had the fake arm, or they had the real arm, but it was like covered with what looked like a prosthetic. I have one arm, you know. At least I think that was what they did for that. But for the TV show, he actually did not have an arm. He was a one-armed man. Um, Sadly, people only related him to the fugitive and that character. So you think being typecast like Superman, George Reeves on the TV series Superman, uh, they were like, you know, and him being the one-armed man. I mean, he's being sought after, and you know, you figure, you know, I mean, he had one arm. That's fucking shit. Yeah. March March 6th birthdays. Oh, if your birthday was March 5th, happy belated birthday. Pardon me. April 6th birthdays. Billy D. Williams, John Ratzenberger, Mary Lou Henner, Michael Rooker, Candace Cameron Bure. It's Bure, B-U-R. I don't know how that's pronounced. Could be Bure, could be Bure. But Candace Cameron, who's Kirk Cameron's younger sister, she was the oldest daughter on Full House. Paul Rudd, Zach Braff, director Barry Levinson, Jason Hervey, the one brother in Back to the Future. He was also on The Wonder Years. Ari Myers. I had a crush on her. She was on the show Kate and Allie. She was the daughter of one of the either Jane Curtin or Susan St. James, one of them. I don't know. But yeah, she was only playing the daughter, and I was like, I figure I'm about around the same age as her. I had a crush on her. Robert Downey Jr. is about 6 years older than I am. He just turned 56 this in 2021. I mean, go him, you know. Todd Crisley. Crisley knows best. I don't know if he invented something or if he was just like whatever, but Pamela Baird, who on the show Leave It to Beaver, she was credited as Pamela Beard. She was Mary Ellen Rogers on Leave It to Beaver TV series, 1958 to 1963. Alastair Gillis, for those of you who watched You Can't Do That on Television, you know who I'm talking about. He was Alastair on You Can't Do That on Television, 1982 to 1987. He's in credit UFO something, I don't know. He's in a couple of things before. Excuse me. But yeah, that Alastair Gillis' birthday today. To the late Joy Lansing, who was Gladys Flatt on the Beverly Hillbillies TV series. Phil Leeds, who was, as I said previously, Judge Dennis Happy Boyle on Ally McBeal, 1997 and 1988, and Uncle Mel on Everybody Loves Raymond. Ivan Dixon, of course, as I said, was on Hogan's Heroes. Andre Previn, and to the late Merle Haggard. That was out of the top 100 of 1,239. And yesterday, being April 5th, was out of the top 100 of 1,204. If your birthday is today, April 6th, happy birthday, party popper, party popper, party popper. Noise making. Happy birthday. Oh, hope you're staying hydrated. I hope you're staying hydrated. I hope you're sleeping well, getting plenty of rest. I hope you are getting plenty to eat. Decent. I don't want you to overeat, and I don't want you to just eat junk food. And when I say plenty of rest or hydrated, if you don't, you end up, according to uh, the articles I've read, which may have just referenced each other. I don't know. If you don't drink enough water, you'll have bad breath. Your skin will dry and crack. You'll get headaches because you figure the body's made up of as like 60 or 70% water. I can't remember what it said, but you need to like hydrate yourself with the water in order to prevent your skin from drying. So yeah. I do thank you for watching. I sort of zoned out. Um, the podcast, the Pod Damn Idiots podcast, was up yesterday. I watched it. I watched a couple of the new Jamal, aka Jamal, reaction videos. I can't recall what they were. I know he's done one. It's for Billy Joel. He doesn't react to Michael Jackson and Prince because he knows them. He doesn't actually knows them but he knows the music. He's seen the videos. Um, so it's like he usually does groups he doesn't know or he's getting to know. He reacted to Bob Seger, and it was like, but I know the song. It's in the car commercial, isn't it? They used it in a car commercial. But he listened to other Bob Seger songs, and he's like, "Oh, that sax! The sax came in, and it was just like one of those. Oh, and it was so he and I know he and some of the singers that they have I'm spacing on his name. The Wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald, the singer, the Canadian singer who sang that. He mentioned that he has a voice that is great for storytelling. He's singing the song, and it's like he listened to "If I Could Change, If I Could Read Your Mind" by the same artist, and I can't think of his name right now. I'm sure it'll come to me. Usually does. Not sure when, but I'll be folding laundry later. Hey, oh, duh. Not Don McLean. Don McLean was "Bye Bye Miss American Pie." Anyway, I believe I'm over 18 minutes now. Ooh, 19 and a half. I do thank you for watching. I'm sorry I kept you for so long. I hope you have a wonderful day, or I hope you had a wonderful day, depending on when you're watching this. I hope all is well with you. Please be kind to each other. I know sometimes it's difficult. I have trouble myself, particularly when some jack off comes out of a parking lot, gets all the way over into the lane I'm in, and just proceeds to and then stops and turns the blinker on. And I'm like, there's no one behind me. Was it really that fucking important for you to get to where you're going? to fucking sit there now, asshole. You know, and it's like that part of me just, what the fuck, you know. I was hoping something would have happened this week. My brother having been out of town. It didn't happen. Sorry. March 17th, birthdays, and March 18th. Gotta learn to throw things away or take care of them to where, you know, whatever. Thanks again for watching. Take care.